Thank you so much. A proper derby. Couple of accidents early in the game. We have to do 2 subs, 15 minutes around, if I'm not mistaken. Unfortunately, once, and I have to highlight the way that Shandu and Rile came to the field. Straight from the bench, almost without time to prepare themselves in such a game like this. They show something very special. I think the first half we were better than Chiefs. We have, it's difficult to be consistently dominating these type of games. The opponent is a good opponent and it's highly motivated, but I think we have good moments of football in the first half. We got the lead. And at least I remember one situation where we could double the lead in a moment where Chiefs was probably, I don't want to say lost, but with difficulties to stop us in our rotations. We managed to create clear situations of numerical superiority against the fullbacks, especially against Dove in their left. And the second half, it was it was a bit ugly in terms of a football show, but a lot of passion and duels, and we were a bit conservative in the end, but we were also a bit tired. It's our game number 7th in 22 days. Credit for the guys. We have only one spot to use in the second half. And understanding that we cannot do only one sub because we need legs. A bit scared of disorganize the team too much, doing 3 subs at the same time. But I think again, CB, Pule, and Philip did a good job. I think we finished better than Chiefs in terms of organization, and we have the opportunity to finish the game in a couple of transitions. But overall, I think. Obviously, with moments where Chiefs were pushing, I think we deserve to be the winner today.
Congratulations once more,
Thank
Coach.
you.
We move on. Members of the media, clock set at 10 minutes. The longer you ask the question, the fewer questions you'll get. Let's go for it.
Congratulations on the victory, Coach.
Thank you.
You've answered part of my question.
Temba, we know Coach knows you, but it's proper to introduce yourself and everybody. Let's do that.
Temba Shabalala, José Sports. Good to meet you, Coach. On the right, or on your right, on the left of Kaizer Chiefs, I mean, at some point, it was more of a triangle on Dove. The overload was there. What is it that you picked up that made you think that you're going to get a goal from there where it eventually came from on their left back?
Okay, I'll answer, but not telling you everything. Yeah, we try to overload that area to have a player ready to collect behind Dolly wherever we expect him to play in the right. To be honest, in the end he started in the left, but we continue with the same plan. And then making different decisions depending on the balance of Yusuf Mart or Castillo, whoever is there close to Mtetua. I think we managed to do proper attractions in that zone, but the intention later was our plan was more about to find Lorch in the other side, in the central corridor, or Makgopa or Joto, and in that way make them run. Spend more time on the ball, but we managed to find a way to be vertical in the same area where we were trying to do the attractions, which is fine. And a lot of credit to Evidence. He did a good job with Dove. I think Dove was very uncomfortable the whole game, and especially the first 45 minutes. And we create doubts in those situations. Them expecting to collect a goal there or not, that's too much to say from the coach perspective. We are trying to create the chances, then put the ball in the net. It's usually all about their talent.
Coach Master Power FM here. The injury to Kenneth, and then there was, I think, on the 68th minute, there was a team as well. You know, he hobbled off. I think maybe it must have been a hamstring or something. Just talk to us about the condition of the team. Is it where you would want it to be, or is it a bit behind? And then on Shandu, he's been great playing off the shoulder of the fullback, and I think in most games got an assist or a goal. What more do you think he needs to do to be a starter or to get more minutes in the team?
I don't speak about individuals, as you know. I'm not going to tell you what Shandu needs to play more. And the injuries, I think Taviso was very unlucky. I think it was a moment that he tried to play one pass. I think Yusuf was pressing and he was a bit forced. And when he stepped on the grass, I think he felt something. Hopefully nothing so serious. Kermit was, I don't really know. I didn't speak with the doctors yet about it. But the condition of the team, it's crazy. I think it's we are achieving numbers. I don't think that you can have access to those numbers probably, but the numbers that the team is producing in the conditional side are top. And when I say top, is top. I just congratulate everybody around, physios, fitness coaches, because the team, the fact that we didn't get good results or the best results in this period is not related with our conditional form, not at all. And today is again one example. If there's something that Chiefs is also top, is in the conditional level, in my opinion. Deal with Castillo, with Mtetua, with Mart, with the centre backs, with Dove, with Frosler later, with the Chibaviro, they are big, strong, powerful players, and we are dealing in duels with Rille, with Lorch, with Pule, with Philip, and they manage. They go, they're strong, they have the capacity to repeat effort, so there's no questions about our conditional capacity to compete in this level, not at all. Unfortunately, today we have a muscle injury and then something, very unfortunate from Monjane, but we are not used to do subs, early in the games because, no, not at all.
Go for it.
Congratulations on winning the match. Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, 10 games in for Orlando Pirates in the league, sitting 7th position. Are you happy with the level of where your players are physically, mentally in terms of the game in the 10 games that you have played? And what more can they do when the FIFA break ends?
Rest. I'll repeat myself. 7 games in 22 days. Well, I'll be quiet. So rest. But don't think about rest means that being in a sofa, extend your legs, and no, rest mentally. Think about something else that is not football, is not a pre-activation, is not an activation, is not a set piece, is not a transition. Don't listen to the coach for, some few days. Just try to do something else, with their lives, that they can come back with energy and with the desire to play football again, because we didn't stop. We have 1 day off in 22 days. Think about it. And come here again today, 90,000 spectators, the pressure of a derby, and perform again the way they did it. It tells a lot about how professional they are, how much time we do spend trying to get better week after week. It sounds like an empty talk, but it's the truth. But it's the truth today, and it's the truth after losing with Richards Bay or getting 1 point against Polokwane City. It's the same. The process is always the same. Today we're happy and we looks good and good looking because we scored 1 goal more than the opponent, but it's always the same.
Good evening, Coach. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Coach, you've spoken about starting the game very well, and of course you did. Hence you scored early. What are the demands of playing for the Pirates, and what are the demands of pepping up your players ahead of the derby? Because it looks like your passion was much more higher, your aggression up against Chiefs in the first 45 was much more higher. Just the demands of playing the derby and the passion, and what else is needed, to play a derby and win it as you did. Thank you.
What else is needed to play the derby?
Yeah, besides talent, of course.
Well, it's a special game. It's not a discussion. It's a game that is played before the game, during the game, and after the game. It takes 1 week. I'm not in contact with so many people in my life here in South Africa, but still I can feel that we're gonna play Chiefs. When I go to the supermarket, when I go to have a coffee, it's always the same. Even though we have to play, still we have to play Sekhukhune, but the people is not asking you about Sekhukhune. They are asking about Chiefs, Sekhukhune is done. So I can imagine for the players what it means when they are about to play this type of games. But I think that we proving ourselves in this type of games, the players are proving themselves in this type of games. When we play finals, when we play big games, we used to give a good level in terms of competitiveness. And these games are like finals. You cannot expect to play beautiful football here tonight. Maybe if you manage to score the second goal, then maybe you can see something else. But in a 1-0, 0-0 game like in the previous derbies, I think today was much better. In my opinion, the previous derbies that we play in the league were ugly, and we were not ourselves. And I think today, from the beginning, we tried to be ourselves. We were not shy, and probably it's because we're getting more experience in this type of games, and the players feel more comfortable. And obviously, we have players with experience and personality and quality.
Coach, can you take us through about the?
Sorry, man.
No problem. Can you tell us about the players' attitude in terms of how this was instilled and where it can take this team going forward, especially looking at this game in terms of if a player would make a mistake, Timmy would lift them up or cover for them, even at the likes of Lodge and Makgopa grafting and defending.
Mm-hmm. No, like I said, we're making steps forward in that sense, in terms of leadership within the group. And I don't really think that those 2-3 bad results that we got was a problem of attitude, because usually the opponent demands us a lot. It doesn't matter who is the opponent. Every time one opponent is coming to play Pirates, sometimes it takes more time for us to understand that it's not going to be an easy game. But I don't know how to answer your question, to be honest.
Go for it, leader.
Can I ask you, you mentioned the 7 games in 21 days or 22 days. Now you're going to play 4 games in 70 days. What's easier, what's more difficult?
Sure.
4 in 70.
Yeah, there's no matches in the whole of January. My mates, I failed maths at school, but 30 days there.
Are different periods. My perspective, and when we have 1 week to play, we used to get a good result. I'm talking about our team. In periods where the games are very, continuous, it's difficult for everybody. I think it's physiologically you cannot have 2 days between games like we had in a part of this period, in a moment of this period. And then when you play every 2 days and you have to continue playing every 3, you will be limping somehow during that period. So to answer your question now after this context, if we could manage to play every 4 days, minimum 3, like I said, that's what the science is saying, it's not myself. For the players, it's better. The players likes to play more than train, right? So, but at the same time, we want to offer a good show. We want to play good. We want to be fresh mentally to go to the field and, you know, try to do our best and not just save energy somehow during the games. So what is, we go into a period now where we're going to have a long break in January, as you said, and it's going to be a time to play, but not official games, not play for points, but just to continue with the process, continue developing the team, the players as an individuals, and trying to find, and we will, opponents to keep going, to continue with the rhythm. But obviously, if you ask me as a coach, I'd rather to play every 5-6 days, so we have time to make more influence in what's going to happen in the game. And because, like I said, recently our trainings were ice bath, massage, video, you know, stretching, and just a little bit of football, and we want to train as well.
Just have to make a ruling and give you the last one, Velile. Go for it.
Okay. Coach, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Velile from SABC here. I know you don't like discussing individuals,
But
a few weeks ago you spoke about the support that is needed when the fans were giving Makgopa a hard time. Yesterday, we were talking to the national team coach, and he said he could see that the boy is coming out and is getting support. And also, we spoke to Kermit as well, and he was talking about the role and the expectations and the ability that they can see from Makgopa. With all that support, how important has it been to turn into what he is now? I think it's 2 goals in 4 or 3 matches now.
It's very important, obviously. He scored 1 goal at home, now scoring a derby. It's going to be there in the books forever. It's going to be a good boost for the boy. But in general, I think it doesn't make so much sense to play a South African player, you know, as a striker, 21, 22 years old, an interesting prospect. And I think we have to all protect the young players, try to, you know, create the proper atmosphere for them that they can develop themselves. It's going to be a, how can I say, like, it's good for South African football, it's good for the national team, instead of, you know, just create uncomfortable moments for the young players, you know, because maybe we want to see our favorite there on the field. We have to support the guys. I think Evidence is doing an excellent job. I said already several times, I'm not going to speak so much about him because he's speaking himself on the field. You just have to, people need to have a look about all the things that he's doing, not only when he's putting the ball in the net.